What's going on, folks, and welcome back to Beans to Greens. Today is season 1, episode 7 of our Seed to Smoke series where we're growing Trainwrecks. The girls are about 6 weeks into veg right now from when we planted our seed into the soil, and they are about 3 weeks from when we transplanted them from the cups into the 2.5 gallons. So why don't I grab that camera, pop into the veg tent and show you how they're doing. But before we do that, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe and share with your friends. All right, so we're back here in the veg tent and these ladies are looking awesome. As you can see, they've got really nice lush green leaves. The plants are praying up to the light, which is a good indicator that they're nice and happy. If you remember, the plant on the left popped a couple days later than the plant on the right. It does seem to be still a little bit smaller, but it is catching up. It's, still definitely a great size. If you remember, this plant here, we primarily did low stress training, leaf tucking, and tying branches down. If you look down in here, I did take some branches, and if it was eclipsing another branch, what I did is I pulled it to the side so it would kind of get out from behind another branch. And then again, just doing some leaf tucking, taking these leaves, bending them underneath, or tucking them underneath some node sites, and then what that's going to do is it's going to help those nodes grow faster. And as you could tell, the plant is definitely evening out its canopy. All the lower growth is growing up towards the upper. Let me give her a spin and you could just kind of see all the way around. I did top the plant, so that is one high stress training piece that I did do with it. I did top it, but as you could tell, I did tie down the branches so they will redistribute that growth hormone into the rest of the plant. The plant here on the right, this is the one that we did mainly high stress training, so removing a bunch of fan leaves, of just basically branches that were blocking bud sites, or lower nodes, I should say at this point. I did top this plant as well, and I tied down the branches. You could definitely tell that it's working out really well. Give this a spin as well so you could just kind of see, it's definitely getting pretty even. This one here is a little bit low. Not every branch is going to make it as tall as you'd like it to, and for that reason we might end up cutting some of those off, but for right now we're gonna let them go and see what the plant ends up doing. But yeah, high stress training. I did, pull some of the branches like I did on the other one to not eclipse other nodes and things like that. So that is something that I did. You could see that both high stress training and low stress training is effective for these plants or any plants that you grow. I like to do a little bit of a mixture of both, where I'll remove some leaves, I'll definitely top my plants, and I'll let them grow like that. Different plants take to different training methods differently, so you just got to listen to your girls and see what they're preferring. As far as environment goes, do have these under the Electric Sky ES300. I've got the light dimmed down to about 80% right now. That's where it's been for the majority of this grow, with the exception of really early on. I ended up taking it and dimmed it down to about 50% when the plants were in the seedling phase, and then I slowly ramped it up over that first week of life. The humidity inside the tent has been between 70 and 75%. It sounds high, but the temperature has also been in the upper 70s to lower 80s, so anywhere from 78 to 81% or 81 degrees. That's Fahrenheit, obviously. And if you look on a VPD chart with the light intensity, the humidity and the temperature, all of that is in check, and that's really why you could definitely tell that these plants are doing really well praying. They haven't needed anything up until this point. So what we're going to do is we'll have these ladies in these 2.5 gallon pots for probably another roughly 2 weeks. And then what we're going to do is we'll transplant them into their final resting place, which is going to be a 15 gallon pot each. Each of them will be in 15 gallon pots. living soil, obviously, as always. And then what we'll do is we'll move them into the flower tent, probably keep them in there for about a week while they get adjusted to their new pots. And then what we'll do is we'll flip these gals into flower. And all right, folks, so that's it for today's episode, season 1, episode 7 of our Seed to Smoke series, where we're growing the Trainwrecks. Thank you for following along so far. I wanted to just take a moment and thank all of you for all of the support with the channel. I would not be able to do this without you. So I really just wanted to take a second and say thank you. I appreciate all of the comments and the likes and the subscribes more than you all know. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm hoping that this channel keeps growing and that I could help educate people. So keep asking questions, keep throwing things down in the comment section. Let me know what you all have growing on in your gardens. I always love to know. Until next time, let's keep growing together.